everybody. It's time for the Reading Nest. Come on. Welcome to the Reading Nest, where books inspire you to be your best. Come on and pull up a seat now. We've got adventures to explore. Oh, welcome to the Reading Nest. Come on and shake off that stress. Come on and pull up a seat now. Grab a book and dive right in. Okay, find your listening ears.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Reading Nest. I'm Patrick, and I'm so excited that you joined me today. Today is a very special episode. As you can tell, I'm not in the nest right now because I really wanted to have a very honest conversation with anyone who wants to listen to me today, to be honest. Before we start our story, I want to make sure that you understand that this book is to help you start asking questions about the world we live in and how to believe in a better tomorrow. There have been many events in our country that has been violent and causing our Black and brown communities to stand up and fight for justice. There are people in this country that choose not to like others based on the color of their skin and to be treated unfairly. And this type of unfair treatment is called racism. Now I know you're asking yourself, Patrick, what's racism? Well, racism is when a group of people feel superior to another group of people and they discriminate against them based on the color of their skin. There have been many people that have been victims to racism, and this has caused a big divide in our country. In this book, you'll hear and learn about Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Alton Sterling, the Charleston Nine, Philando Castile, Jordan Edwards, and more. There are so many others that have been victims to racism, and at the end of this video, we will take a moment of silence to honor and remember our fallen brothers and sisters. So, I'll see you at the nest. Welcome to the nest, everyone. Before we start reading our book, the story does contain words like death, violence, racism. And I want to make sure that I give you this disclaimer before we start reading our book so you'll be prepared for what you're about to hear. So let's read. For Beautiful Black Boys Who Believe in a Better World. Written by Michael W. Waters and illustrated by Keisha Morris. May I grow locks, Dad? Asked Jeremiah. Sure, said his father. You still need to comb your hair every day until it gets long enough, said Mom. I promise I will, said Jeremiah. I can't wait to see my new locks. Maybe next week? His parents chuckled. It will take longer than that, said Dad. But just wait and believe. One day it will happen. A few days later, Jeremiah saw a picture on his dad's computer. Who's that? He asked. What did he do? That's Trayvon Martin, said Dad. He was a young man walking home from the store. He didn't do anything. Still, someone hurt him, and he died. Dad shook his head. It doesn't make sense. Jeremiah agreed, but he didn't want to talk anymore. One day, much later, Jeremiah asked, Dad, who is that on TV? Why is he lying in the middle of the street? That's Michael Brown, said Dad. He was 18 years old and on his way to college. He was hurt very badly and he died. A new image appeared on the screen. Many people say he had his hands raised when he was shot. Those people on TV are marching to remind us. Jeremiah didn't understand. Why would somebody shoot someone who just has his hands in the air? It doesn't make sense. Dad said. None at all. But Jeremiah didn't want to talk anymore. Did you hear that? Jeremiah asked one evening. It sounded like gunshots. I heard it, Dad said. I'm going to see what's going on. Oh, no, you aren't, said Mom. Call 911 and stay here with us. Mom and Dad guided Jeremiah and his sisters, Hope and Liberty, away from the windows and into the hallway. Why are they shooting? Asked Jeremiah. I don't know, son, said Mom, but you're safe in here. Jeremiah didn't want to talk anymore. The family stayed in the hallway for a long time, and he and his sisters drifted off to sleep in their parents' arms. We will never forget, Jeremiah read the words from his dad's newspaper one morning. Forget what? These people were at Bible study at Mother Emanuel AME Church in South Carolina. Dad answered. A young man came in and studied with them, but then he started shooting. The people who died are called the Charleston Nine. AME? Just like our church? But why would anyone want to do that at church? Asked Jeremiah. Why did he shoot them? Because of the color of their skin, Dad said. Because they were black? That doesn't make any sense, said Jeremiah. No, it doesn't make any sense at all, said Dad. But Jeremiah didn't want to talk anymore. Where were you? Jeremiah said when Dad came home after a long day away. I was worried. I'm sorry, son, said Dad. I was invited to speak at the rally and march for the two men killed by the police officers this week, Alton Sterling and Philando Castile. But afterward, there were gunshots. It took a while to make sure everyone was okay. Oh no, exclaimed Jeremiah. I'm glad you're okay too. So am I, said Dad, as he squeezed Jeremiah in his arms. So am I. Dad, what are all the blue ribbons for? Said Jeremiah as the family drove to church one Sunday. It looks like they're everywhere. Remember when Mom and I were downtown and someone started shooting? 5 Dallas police officers died that day, said Dad. It's very sad. The blue ribbons honor them. Jeremiah watched the endless blue ribbons passing by. He didn't want to talk anymore. Dad, what's a vigil for? Said Jeremiah one afternoon. What's a vigil? Asked Hope. Yeah, what's a vigil? Said Liberty. It's when people gather to remember someone who has died tragically, Mom told them. Dad is speaking here tonight. Who died now? Asked Jeremiah in his frustrated huff. What happened? A young man named Jordan Edwards, said Dad. He was 15 years old and riding in a car when he was shot and killed by a police officer. That makes no sense at all, said Jeremiah. You're right, son, said Dad. You're right. But Jeremiah didn't want to talk anymore. In the car on the way home from the vigil, Jeremiah thought about all that he had seen and heard. He imagined Jordan, the Dallas police officers, Philando, Alton, and the Charleston Nine, Michael Trayvon, and others with names he didn't know. Later that night, Jeremiah came into his parents' room. Mom, Dad, I'm ready to talk. Okay, son, said Dad, we're listening. Jeremiah took a deep breath. I'm tired of people hurting each other. I'm tired of people shooting each other. I'm tired of people killing each other. I'm tired of people hating each other just because they're different or because of the color of their skin. You know what? Said Dad. We're tired of all of that too. Is there anything we can do about it? Asked Jeremiah. We're trying to, said Mom, and we believe that one day things will change. That's why we vote, said Dad. That's why we march in the streets, said Mom. That's why we pray, said Dad. That's why we organize people in our community, said Mom. That's why we speak out against injustice, said Dad. That's why we give money to important causes, said Mom. That's why we write books and articles, give lectures and interviews, said Dad. That's why we love those around us, said Mom. Jeremiah, every day there are people working to make this world a better place for you and your sisters and many others. And we are working with them, said Dad. When we look at you and your sisters and all your friends, we have great hope for the future. We believe that your generation can work to change the world too. Jeremiah thought about it. It's like my hair. You told me my locks would take a long time. I just had to wait and believe. And with a little help, it happened. His parents smiled. Yes, it happened. I know I can't vote yet, but I will, said Jeremiah. If you let me, I can march. I already pray and I already keep praying. I can give some of my birthday money to someone who needs it. And when I see something wrong, or if I see someone hurt or bully someone else, I can speak up and get help. I can change the world. Yes, you will, son, said Dad. We know you will, said Mom. Jeremiah lifted his head, his locks dangling, and proclaimed, yes, we will. The end. This year is very, very important to us. So I want us to take a moment of silence for our fallen brothers and sisters. Thank you. With this year being so important to us, that we actually have a chance to make a change and a difference in this world. And it's with the power of voting. I know some of you guys are really too young to vote, but you have your parents out there. Make sure you encourage your parents to go out and vote and make a difference in the world that we live in. Choose what's right. Until next time. Bye.